Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to another StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void beta game analysis. Today I want to be discussing with you the Protoss cannon rush and how it works versus Zerg right now in the Legacy of the Void beta. And I can actually tell you that right off the bat, Legacy of the Void basically eliminated cannon rushes versus Protoss. Woo! Well, pretty much at the very least. I don't think I've lost a single game against it, except where I had to actually lose one of them on one specific map where you can like sort of squeeze a cannon, so it can actually hit my mineral line. It's kind of an awkward one, but anyways, that's a really map specific one. But it seems to me that for the most part, cannon rush is now pretty reasonable and pretty easy to beat. I've had a couple guys do it. In this specific game, I'm up against Golzy. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not completely sure about that, but he's a notorious cannon rusher, and this is the first game I'm ever playing against him in Legacy. I was like, nah, it's not really gonna happen, right? So I end up going with a hatchery into a gas geyser into a spawning pool. Now in Heart of the Swarm, that is practically guaranteed to be your game ending loss right there, because there's absolutely no way that you're gonna be able to defend against reasonable cannon rushers, because he's just simply gonna expand behind it. And as long as he has like a zealot walking the perimeter so you can actually see that you're making a Nydus Network in his main base or something like that, he's just simply not gonna lose anything. Now, I'm not completely sure if it is like 100% unstoppable. In this specific game, Golzy does actually end up committing a lot into the cannon rush, so he does end up making a lot of cannons. But even if he wouldn't have, I don't think he would have been able to stop this either way. But anyways, so here we go. My opponent is already starting to make a cannon on my side of the map. I'm not aware of this yet. I just got my hatchery first, scouting a little bit of the overlords. And as you may have already noticed by the production tab, something fishy was going on, and I'm smelling it right now as well. So I decided to try and target fire down this cannon right here, and he's already making another one on the low ground. So I'm a little bit confused by this, because so few people are actually cannon rushing right now in Legacy of the Void. I mean, you know, a lot of people are trying out new Protoss strategies, and well, this is really not one of them. But it's okay. So I see he's already starting to commit super heavily into this, right? So I started up my second gas geyser, started up a queen, started up a roach warren as well. And what I want to do right now is stack up towards a lair and then actually start my Nydus Network. Now, the reason why I want to start a Nydus Network is because Nyduses right now, they already were like a good response to like all this this stuff that Protoss were doing, if you manage to actually get a Nydus up in their main base. But right now the fact with Nydus is that you cannot actually kill it as the Protoss until the Nydus is fully deployed. And if you do it properly, you can actually get 2 queens with like 50 energy out in time to actually have 2 transfuse ready. So here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get up to a lair, I'm trying to get out a couple queens, and I'm trying to get them with energy so I can transfuse the Nydus, get into his main base, transfuse it when it pops out so he can't kill it, and then I can get my entire army out. And more often than not, the Protoss will just simply not have enough. Now, there may be one way that I can think of that does allow him to defend this, but that would actually be him being on one base, which really doesn't give him much of an advantage if he's going for the cannon rush in the first place. So yeah, there may be like 1 or 2 ways that he could be still doing this aggression. In this specific one, Golzy is gonna go for a Nexus or like, you know, after doing this whole cannon rush stuff right now. So I'm poking in right now, trying to figure out what's going on. And I see, okay, he's playing a pretty reasonable style. Pretty normal follow-up in the Heart of the Swarm at the very least. And in the meantime, Mellair is already about to finish. Now, I'm just trying to hit my Queen Injects right now, not actually saving up any energy. I think he would be better off saving a little bit of energy because of the transfuses that I talked about earlier. But what I'm doing right now is actually positioning the overlords that I got into a location where I can actually throw down these Nydus Networks. So I ideally want to have one in his main base. Also, low mistake on my end, because I really don't have vision of the main base anytime soon. I actually was a little bit late with my overlords. But here we go. Gonna start up the Nydus Network, already having a bunch of Ravagers out, and I'm starting up another queen here as well, just to make sure that I can get that extra transfuse done, but also to make sure that I can get the anti-air that I need, because obviously the one disadvantage that I have with this is that the queens don't actually shoot up. But what you can do, obviously, is just simply make Ravagers, which are very, very gas heavy, follow it up with Zerglings and Queens, and it seems to work out very well. So here we go. Nydus Network is already done. One important thing about it, I don't actually think I have energy on the Queen right now. I've done it afterwards where I do. Yeah, I think I hit an inject right here. I really shouldn't. But anyways, so what you can do right now is load the queens in first. So what happens is that it will also pop out first. So yeah, I actually inject right there with the wrong queen. Idiot that I am. But put the queens in first. Throw down the Nydus Network. and then go ahead and actually put the units that you want into the Nydus Network. So what happens, the idea here in theory is that you have 50 energy on these 2 queens, that you can actually get the transfuse out in time, and that you actually start being as annoying as possible to this Protoss player. So right now he can see that I have a Nydus Network up, but he literally couldn't attack it. So I'm just gonna pop out all of my units right here. Gonna put down another Nydus Network right there in the main base, and once again, guys, you can't actually target this as a Protoss player. Like, a Protoss player cannot target this, whereas in the past they could. And I'm just simply having a massive army already poking away at his nexus right now, just reinforcing with more and more. Well, I actually should have another queen in production. Gonna pop out there for the main right now instead. Do have a transfuse available right now if I need to. Decided not to. Don't really need to, you know, like, burst it out either. I'd rather save it for the for like a potential Stargate play or something like that. But right now I see that he went pretty greedy into that robotic facility, and all of a sudden it really doesn't look that beautiful for him anymore. Knowing that there's a massive army in his main base now, I could just simply wait and you know, wait for this Nexus cannon to actually dissipate, but turns out it doesn't really matter all too much. I got more and more roaches incoming right now. Could even morph in like 2 or 3 Ravagers at this point as well, and killing all of these workers basically guarantees me the win. So, at the very least, what I've noticed so far in Legacy of the Void from everyone that is cannon rushing me, and I've had quite a couple games, you can literally just stop at a Zerg. It is awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button below. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button below as well, so you will be the very first one to get a notification when I upload another video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.